Ripple executive Monica Long is delighted as Ripple secures a spot on CNBC's top fintech list alongside PayPal, Revolut, and Tencent. By the way, the Chamber of Digital Commerce has released an impact and analysis report on the SEC versus Ripple ruling, highlighting the decision's relevance to the industry. Also, talks about a potential XRP exchange-traded fund have emerged following its non-security status as more firms seek Ethereum ETFs, and I will be reviewing all with you guys. Finally, leading cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp is planning to make a significant announcement for XRP. Well, what do you think that might be? Stick with me till the end to find out more. If this sounds like something of much interest to you, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates on XRP and the cryptocurrency world in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we happily send you a special welcome. We invite you to hit on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We are announcing that this channel has a giveaway of 200 XRP. To stand the chance of participating, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment with the hashtag XRP, and the winner will be announced on the 15th of August. Monica Long, the president of Ripple, expressed delight and pride as Ripple secured a coveted spot on CNBC's inaugural ranking of the world's most prominent fintech firms. She took to X, FKA Twitter, to commend her team's efforts in achieving this recognition. Long sees Ripple's inclusion in the list as a significant accomplishment, given that only a few crypto companies were honored. So proud of Team Ripple on making CNBC's inaugural World's Top Fintech Companies list. We're one of only a handful of crypto companies honored, a feat we don't take lightly, she remarked. On Wednesday, CNBC published an exhaustive list of 200 best-performing global fintech companies. It captures top firms across Asia, Africa, Europe, and North America, showcasing the diversity and scale of the payment industry. CNBC collaborated with Statista, an independent research firm, to ensure transparency in the selection process. Over 1,500 firms were thoroughly analyzed across 9 market segments. The key performance indicators were revenue, user numbers, and funding raise. The final roster featured industry giants like Ripple and PayPal in the US, China's Tencent, and the UK's Revolut, alongside promising startups keen on shaping the future of financial services. In particular, the digital payments industry, where Ripple was featured, is reportedly experiencing exponential growth, with its current valuation surpassing a staggering $54 trillion. According to the report, the competition in the digital payments market is intense, with numerous players vying for a piece of the lucrative pie. However, this environment has also allowed other industry participants to innovate and offer unique solutions. Among the top 40 digital payments companies identified by Statista, notable contenders included Ripple, PayPal, and Stripe of the United States. Additionally, renowned payment firms in India, Nigeria, Indonesia, China, the UK, Sweden, and South Korea were featured in this category. Moreover, firms such as Klarna of Sweden and Afterpay of Australia were featured for their contributions to the buy now, pay later sector. Despite the challenges posed by fears of decreased consumer spending and rising inflation, these services have become a lifeline for many, offering flexible payment alternatives. Ripple has continued to attract significant recognition from leading entities across multiple domains. Recall that Fortune magazine recently ranked Ripple among the best workplaces. Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. The Chamber of Digital Commerce, an American advocacy group for crypto, has recently published an impact and analysis report on the SEC versus Ripple ruling. In the report, CDC stated that Judge Torres' ruling had established an important legal decision by effectively distinguishing between an investment contract and the underlying asset. CDC noted that the court analyzed Ripple's XRP token distributions in 3 categories: institutional sales, programmatic sales, and other distributions. Per CDC, U.S. District Judge Analisa Torres examined the relevant undisputed facts while applying the Howey test to each category. The move helped the judge determine whether Ripple's XRP token distributions constitute an offer and sale of investment contracts. Notably, Judge Torres found Ripple's direct past XRP sales to institutional clients to be securities. However, the court ruled that Ripple's programmatic sales and other XRP distributions were not securities transactions. Reacting, CDC said it is pleased that the court's interpretation of the legal classification of digital assets aligns with its arguments in the amicus brief filed in the case. It is worth noting that CDC was among the entities that filed an amicus brief in support of Ripple. As reported, CDC focused on how the case could set a precedent for future legal battles. This case is a big milestone in the process of setting clear and consistent sets of rules for our industry, and we are also encouraged by the legislation also in play. Boring said the digital asset industry deserves a level playing field, adding that the group will continue to advocate for sound policy that promotes U.S. leadership in the digital economy. Despite Judge Torres' ruling paving the way for sensible crypto regulations, CDC said regulatory clarity for crypto must be achieved through effective legislation by Congress. The blockchain advocacy group acknowledged that several blockchain and digital asset regulatory bills have been introduced before the House and Senate. It hopes that these bills will go through the relevant legislative process. However, it believes the chances of enactment of the bills are slim based on the constraints of the legislative calendar. The Chamber will continue to advocate for legislation that creates a clear and comprehensive legal framework for these technologies. Just as in our SEC versus Ripple brief, we will continue to work toward a clear route for firms to launch digital asset products, prioritizing both investor protection and innovation, it concluded. Furthermore, former CFTC lawyer Mike Selig has taken to Twitter to express his views on the recent surge in applications for Ethereum exchange-traded funds with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Selig argued that if a Bitcoin ETF were on the horizon, it was already likely that an Ethereum ETF would not be far behind. The lawyer reasoned with factors such as the Hinman speech, the SEC FinHub framework, and recent court developments. Specifically, he highlighted that court rulings on Ripple and Terraform strengthen the case that Ethereum is not a security, even if it was initially sold as one. In response, Digital Asset Investor, a well-known influencer in the XRP community, pointed out the potential for an XRP ETF. The influencer asserted that XRP enjoys a unique advantage over other digital assets due to its legal clarity in the United States. He expressed that XRP's non-security status presents a strong case for an XRP ETF in the future. The case is even stronger for an XRP ETF since it's the only digital asset with legal clarity in the United States, the influencer proclaimed. In a tweet that sparked excitement among crypto enthusiasts, James Seifert, renowned for updates around EFTs, highlighted the sheer number of recently filed applications with the SEC. Seifert's tweet revealed that 6 distinct issuers had submitted up to 7 Ethereum futures ETF filings to the US SEC. The accompanying image indicates that 6 filings were submitted on August 1st alone. The rush for Ethereum ETF approvals reflects the increasing interest in cryptocurrencies as mainstream investment options. The development follows prominent financial institutions such as BlackRock and Fidelity filing for Bitcoin ETF. Now to the big question of the day, what does Bitstamp have in stock for XRP? Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Bitstamp, a Luxembourg-based cryptocurrency exchange, has indicated plans to make a major announcement for XRP later today. The leading crypto exchange posted a tweet with the caption "Tomorrow." It added several XRP-related hashtags, including XRP Ledger. Interestingly, Bitstamp also attached a short video clip to the tweet, highlighting the exchange's plans to take XRP to the next level. The video also displayed an XRP rocket making an upward movement. This suggests that the announcement, once unveiled, could propel the price of XRP to spike tremendously. Meanwhile, Bitstamp did not drop further hints on what XRP community members should expect. However, XRP enthusiasts have taken to the comment section to guess what the announcement is about. Commenting on the development, Panos, the founder of Digital Generation Finance, speculated that Bitstamp may be planning to announce a full XRPL integration. He added that the exchange could announce that DEX has been connected to its order book, with on-off fiat ramps focusing on payments. Prominent XRP enthusiast and Bitrue ambassador XR CryptoWolf also suggested that the cryptocurrency exchange could be planning to integrate XRPL into its platform. Meanwhile, a fan of XRP named WEEZE pointed out that Bitstamp has served as the gateway for facilitating access to the Ripple network. He, however, suggested that the announcement could be related to Ripple's minority stake acquisition in Bitstamp. WEEZE recounted Ripple President Monica Long's remark about the company's recent stake acquisition in Bitstamp. Recall that in May, Ripple acquired a minority stake in Bitstamp to expand its operations. According to WEEZE, Long said the acquisition would bolster Ripple's international presence and diversify its offerings beyond payments. It is worth noting that Bitstamp has served as a major gateway for Ripple, granting clients entry into RippleNet. Bitstamp is a long-standing partner for Ripple's on-demand liquidity. Ripple and other whales have moved huge amounts of XRP to and from Bitstamp for ODL-related purposes. As reported in June, Ripple moved 23 million XRP coins to Bitstamp. So we come to the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can help enlighten others just like you have been enlightened by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere, guys. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content. See you tomorrow to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community.